into Gabby Williams, got hit in the forehead, and it caused 2 black eyes. And you can still see some of the remnants of them, and now she's sporting the bloody lip. She is as tough as they come.
Lexie Hull walked into the game against the Chicago Sky already battered, 2 black eyes from a collision the week before, and walked out with a busted lip. And somehow, she still managed to deliver one of the toughest performances of her career. But it wasn't just her play that had fans buzzing afterward. It was what she said post-game. Her words may just become the defining quote of Indiana's playoff push.
W. Made it out. All we gotta do is keep making it out. Woo! Dubs!
So how do you win when your superstar is sidelined and half your rotation is sitting in street clothes? That was the question hanging over the Fever the moment Caitlin Clark announced her season was finished. Just days before the regular season wrapped, Clark told fans, "I had hoped to share a better update, but I will not be returning to play this season." A stubborn groin injury that lingered since mid-July finally shut her down. Fans held on to hope for weeks, but when the announcement came, reality hit hard. Indiana's playoff chase had to be rewritten in real time.
Caitlin Clark released a statement saying this: "I had hoped to share a better update, but I will not be returning to play this season. I spent hours in the gym every day with the singular goal of getting back out there. Disappointed isn't a big enough word to describe how I am feeling. I want to thank everyone who had my back through all the uncertainty. This has been incredibly frustrating, but even in the bad, there is good. The way the fans continue to show up for me, and for the Fever, brought me so much joy and important perspective. I am so proud of how this team has only gotten stronger through adversity this year. Now it's time to close out the season and claim our spot in the playoffs."
And Clark wasn't alone. The Fever's injury report has looked like a war zone all year. Sophie Cunningham, done. Sydney Colson, ACL tear. Chloe BBY, knee issues. Ari McDonald, broken foot. That's an entire rotation gone. Imagine heading into the final stretch without your franchise star, your defensive enforcer, your backup point guard, a key forward, and a veteran glue piece. Instead of building chemistry, the coaching staff was stuck shuffling lineups night after night.
End of the day, she's been working her butt off to be able to get back, and we've kind of run out of time to be able to do it in a safe way, in a safe manner. And I think we've all been very open and upfront with her long-term health and wellness is the most important thing. To be in a position that you need to be in to play at this time of the year, we just ran out of time to get her there.
Head coach Stephanie White didn't sugarcoat it. On Clark's injury, she admitted, "We ran out of time to do it safely." General manager Amber Cox doubled down. Clark's long-term career came first, not one desperate playoff run. Still, Clark never checked out. On the bench she was locked in, cheering, directing, cutting through huddles with her voice. Her leadership was still electric even without her lacing up.
Yeah, it's frustrating, number one, just all the injuries that she's had. Obviously, I wouldn't speak for her, but and the amount of work that she's put in to position herself to be able to play, and then to have to ultimately make this decision. There's disappointment. There's the obvious frustration that's come with not being healthy really for an entire season. But ultimately, I think the big picture is the most important thing, and those are conversations that we've continued to have. And the message has continued to be that it's not her long-term health and wellness and her being 100% when she's ready to go is the most important thing.
And Indiana needed it, because the margin for error was razor thin. They entered the Chicago matchup clinging to 8th place, just one game ahead of the Sparks. One stumble could have knocked them out completely. It wasn't just basketball anymore. It was survival.
If a newcomer in Bree Hall plays tonight, Boston on a kick out. Mitchell, oh, she's hot to start. Mitchell finds Dantas, who rolls and lays it in.
The response, a 97-77 dismantling of Chicago. Now, on paper, that looks like a standard 20-point win. But when you zoom out, the story's bigger. Indiana didn't just beat Chicago. They swept them 5 straight games this season by an average of 24 points. Pure dominance. And that sweep wasn't meaningless. It essentially punched Indiana's ticket to the postseason, flipping their fate from barely hanging on to controlling their playoff destiny.
Mitchell, will she add to it? Whips it back for Dantas. Kelsey Mitchell putting on a show here in Indy.
Look at the spin on the ball. Just one dribble over the head pad.
Mitchell's been brilliant on a kick out to Howard. Mitchell bouncing, Howard, the left hand.
And then getting a stop on the defensive end. I know Coach Stephanie White is happy with the team with that.
Mitchell being hounded by Atkins, trying to shake her. Mitchell bounces inside, and Howard gets the roll. Here in the first half. Oh, it's Howard finding Sims, who finishes tight quarters. Howard backing in on Williams. Little shake and bake, and the fadeaway.
Kelsey Mitchell led the way with 20 points and 8 assists, balancing scoring with playmaking like a true floor general. Natasha Howard added 18 points, 7 boards, and 4 steals, wrecking Chicago on both ends. Odyssey Sims, Aaliyah Boston, and Aerial Powers all chipped in double figures, giving the Fever a balanced attack instead of relying on one star. But the stat that told the real story, 27 assists against just 9 turnovers. That's chemistry under pressure. That's trust.
Those guys, they just got to get into their sets a little bit quicker.
Here's Hull off the Boston screen. She hits, and Indiana is...
I love the way that she's been able to elevate her game.
The youngsters out of South Carolina, who both are having strong seasons, as Indiana has opened up 3 for 3 with Lexie Hull.
And the wildest part, Hull is having the best season of her career. Career highs across the board, over 53s knocked down, and a defensive presence that glues the Fever together. Coach White put it plainly, Lexie epitomizes what we want to be, resilient and fearless. Then came the moment that defined it all. Asked about her bruises post-game, Hull smiled and said, "Every day we fight for our injured teammates." That one line turned her into the living symbol of the Fever's playoff identity, playing hurt, playing fearless, and playing for each other.
Get the brooms out! Get the brooms out! I got my dustpan handy. We sweeping up the Chicago sky. They are toast. They are done. We gonna hold on to our broom for this entire blog. Listen, the Indiana Fever just absolutely smoked the Chicago Sky. What a win. What a win.
Meanwhile, Chicago unraveled. Angel Reese was suspended after racking up her 8th technical foul, leaving the Sky in chaos while Indiana locked into their 2nd straight postseason appearance. That 5-game sweep, it now stands as the largest point differential in WNBA history between 2 teams in a single season. Think about that. Just a few years ago, Indiana was buried at the bottom of the league. Now, even without Caitlin Clark, they're back-to-back playoff bound. And when Clark returns next year, fully healthy, she'll be stepping into a foundation already hardened by fire.
That's it for today's video. Like and subscribe, and stay tuned for more.